you for listening to me sharing my experience. I'm assuming you're watching this because you are planning on going to Project Mexico, or maybe you're not planning, but you're super interested in Project Mexico and St. Innocent Orphanage. So my name is Ivy Tesfay. I'm going to talk more about kind of who I am in the next slide, but I'm here to just share my experience, some tips and tricks that I have and the times that I spent in Mexico, and a short Q&A in the end. And obviously this is recorded, so you won't be able to actively ask me questions, but Andres can give you my contact information if you would like to stay in touch with me. And Andres goes to school with me, so you could just ask him, or I'm sure he knows much about it. Anyway, I just put some pictures here of some experiences I've had while being at the ranch. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, so just to begin, and a brief introduction about who I am and my connection to Project Mexico. So I first started volunteering in the summers of 2016 and 2017. So those were the week-long builds, which that's what you guys will be doing. And I fell in love with the organization. After that, I remember the first day that I got there, I was like, this is it. This is the place that I'm going to be at. I can never leave this place. And I pray that all of you get to experience that same joy and that same love that I experienced. And I really felt like I experienced Christ there. And then I interned the summers of 2018 and 2019. So I did a summer internship where I was a home building leader. So I did that for those 2 summers. And I've actually been on the Project Mexico Spring Break group for 3 years. Well, hopefully this is the 3rd year. So 2021 I went, 2022 I went with Andres, and then hopefully 2023 I'll also get to go, and that's in about a month. So yeah, I've been to Project Mexico for a lot of years of my life, and I hope to go and bring my kids there one day, God willing. Like, this is just such an amazing organization, and it's such a unique organization. And I think for those who have been there, for those who are going there, it's something that you will quickly recognize as how unique this organization is and how unique this experience is. I'm a current MTS, so Master's of Theological Studies student at Hellenic College Holy Cross. And a little fun fact is that I discovered Hellenic College Holy Cross through Project Mexico, just kind of like a weird story, but like I just kind of heard about the school, and a few weeks later I ended up applying to the school, and it's a really long story, but I won't share right now. But I discovered the school through this organization. So it just goes to show that like a lot of crazy things can happen. So yes, it's a little bit about me and my connection to Project Mexico. So I'm just gonna already jump right in and go into what the typical week will look like, because that's like the most important thing I bet you're wondering. It's like, when we get there, how can we even build a house in 4 days? How is that even physically possible? Especially when we look at the houses that we probably live in. I mean, we're not going to build a house that looks like the houses that we live in, but a house is a house and it's shelter. So something's better than nothing. So anyway, so you get there. And the first 2 days you get there are usually just rest days, getting to acclimate with the ranch and getting to explore the orphanage. And of course, that more details will be shared there. And I just want to say a disclaimer, I'm giving like a very brief summary of what the week will look like. And everything will be explained to you when you get there. And Andres, or whoever your home building leader will be, or your work trip leader will explain everything. And there's plenty of interns down in the ranch that will explain everything in detail and can answer all your questions. So if you're worried about, okay, we're going to Mexico, I don't really know if it's safe, or I have questions about this and that, everything will be answered. I promise. If I've survived it, anyone else can survive it. So you don't have to worry about any uncertainties you have. So going back to what the build week will look like. So it starts with the foundation, which I have a picture right here. It's actually a video, but the video stopped working and I can't really click on it anymore. But this is a cement tub or a cement floor. This is kind of the foundation of the home that you'll build. And it's actually from cement, but you mix it by hand in tubs. And this is kind of the hardest task of all, because we don't have like a cement mixer truck. It's just like you're mixing it with your hands. You're using rocks and sand and cement powder and water. So everything is like handmade labor. So you'll definitely be exhausted on the first day, just giving you a warning. But yeah, you're building the cement for the home, and you're putting in anchor bolts, and you're setting a foundation to mount and attach the walls. So I kind of put here, at the end of the day, you will go home tired and very dirty. But that's the first day. So it's the most strenuous out of all of them. Day 2 is when you build the walls. I have a picture right here of building up the walls and the chicken wire and the frames. So you're getting from the ranch, you're waking up, you're doing your morning prayers, and you're kind of going to the site, and you're given a wall to build, or a section of a wall to build, and all this will be taught to you by your interns. But the walls are stood up, they're anchored, and then that's the framework of the house. And then you wrap the house in the chicken wire, and that's it. The walls are basically up. Day 3 is the roof and the stucco coat number 1. Um, so you're installing plywood on the roof, you're putting in the windows and the door, and then you're starting with stucco. And so I have some pictures of here of us creating the stucco, and another picture right here of putting stucco on the walls. And then there's some individuals that get to go up and work on the roof. And again, I'm not really going into detail about the exact mechanisms that go into building a roof or putting stucco on the walls, but once you get there, it's like a really real life, real experience of learning how to do all these like hard, strenuous tasks that you've never done before. But it gets done because there have been thousands of volunteers who did it, and you will be one of them. So it can be done, because right now it probably sounds super overwhelming, but you put on the stucco on the outer walls, and some people are working on the roof and the windows, and you're going to put on 2 layers of the stucco for each walls. So that's day 3. And then day 4 is the final coat of stucco, and then the blessing of the home, which is kind of the most fulfilling part, because you're kind of making the house that we built into a home, and you're giving the family, we gift each family with the keys to their house, an icon, and a Bible, just so that's kind of our way of spreading orthodoxy. We're not kind of showing up and knocking on each door and being like, this is what we believe as Orthodox Christians. We're showing them through this experience, through not just building this house and giving them this gift, but showing them through our actions, and literally giving them the freedom to choose Christ if they would want to, by handing them the Bible, handing them the icon, and praying with them and blessing this home that hopefully they'll live in for the next 10, 15, 20 years, who knows. But it's a really fulfilling part at the end. Like after all that hard work and that exhausting work, and some people get irritated with each other, and because you're just building and it's hot and you're sweaty, but by the end, everyone joins together in prayer, and the home is blessed and for its new family, which is really, really fulfilling. So that's kind of a short little glimpse onto which each day we'll look at. Okay, this is kind of the most important, I think, of what people want to know, but kind of what you should pack. So the most important thing is that you should bring 4 work outfits. And a typical work outfit is just a short sleeve t-shirt or long sleeve t-shirt, whichever you prefer, and pants, preferably long pants. You are allowed to wear shorts, but as long as they're below the knee. And honestly, it's best to wear long pants because you're gonna get concrete and dirt all over yourself. So long pants and t-shirts are the way to go. And you should bring old clothes, because these clothes will probably be destroyed unless you wanted to take them home to keep them as like a souvenir or something. But you probably won't be able to like go back and wear it like to work or like to school or something, unless you wanted to do that. But most people don't do that. Another thing you'll need is just 2 church outfits, because the week long consists of a Saturday and a Sunday, Saturday Vespers and Sunday Liturgy. So you'll need 1 outfit for Vespers on Saturday night, and then 1 outfit on Sunday morning. And then beach wear and sweaters, because one day you'll be able to go visit the beach. It's on Sunday after liturgy. So You can wear shorts. For women, a one-piece swimsuit and flip-flops or slides. And another important thing is that it does get cold at night because the ranch is located right by the beach. So it'd be really nice if you packed 1 or 2 sweaters for the early mornings and sometimes late nights by the bonfire. And then you're probably wondering, what do we do after we get back from the work site? Or like, how long is the work site? How long does it last? Um, After the workday, there is dinner and vespers, and then time to relax and lounge. So you start the workday at around 9 a.m. and you end it at 5 p.m. And you're always starting the day with morning prayers and evening prayers. So in the morning, you get up, you go to morning prayers, and then you have breakfast, and then you begin the workday. That's for every single day of work. And then after you get home, you're showering, you're relaxing for a little bit, and there's dinner and vespers and just time to play with the niños in the orphanage, or the niños or the boys of the orphanage. And they're really lovely people. You get to play sports with them and hang out with them and really get to get a real taste of what living on this ranch would be like from them. And they're super loving and really friendly. Here's a picture with me with one that his name is Pabayo or Angel, that I've been friends with for like 4 or 5 years now. And here's just a few of them jumping on the trampoline. So yeah, that's kind of a glimpse of what after the work site looks like. And that's it. I just have, if anyone would like to ask me any questions, again, I know this is recorded, so if you have any questions, you can contact me or you can contact Andres, but thank you for listening. And I'm super excited to share my experience with you. And what's really awesome is that I found out yesterday that I'll actually be attending the same week as you guys in the summer with my own church group. So hopefully I get to meet some of you in person, or I don't know, get to experience building a home with you in person. So I can't wait for that. So thank you for allowing me to share my experience with you.